Well, welcome to financial planning. We're going to talk a little bit about the course here, give a little bit of an introduction of what you can expect. As soon as you're done watching this video, I suggest you also then go and listen to the flipped classroom video. That will give you a little bit more detail, if you will, of exactly how the course is going to be run. This course really looks at financial planning. The primary purpose of the course is just to give you some information about the financial services industry and some of the basic subject matter. I think one of the ways this course was developed was ultimately for students to walk away with an introspective view of their own financial condition. You should have an understanding of what your personal finances are like and your situation once the course is completed. The topics, we're obviously going to talk about the financial services industry. We'll talk a little bit about the processes and some of the expectations of the industry. But then the subject matter, we're going to talk about protection or insurance, taxation, education planning, debt management, estate planning, investment planning, and then finally we'll also talk in some detail about retirement planning. So what are the primary outcomes? What are the things that you should expect to leave this course with? First of all, you should leave with an appreciation of the complexities of the industry. You should be able to explain the different kinds of protection tools and the appropriate use of some of those tools. You should have an understanding, a basic understanding of taxation and estate planning. One thing that I'll add is the instructors will typically not be accountants, CPA type people, or lawyers. So to ask or to inquire too much detail about some of these topics is a little bit beyond the basic scope of understanding that that the course wants to provide, and quite frankly that the instructor may be able to provide. You should be able to discuss investments, from personal investments, educational planning, retirement planning. We're going to talk about debt management. But again, as I said a little bit earlier, you should leave this course with an understanding of your current financial situation under the within the context of the topics that we just discussed. The course is managed via the Moodle course management system. You're going to watch a variety of videos to prepare for coursework. There's an Excel workbook that's provided to help with some of the more analytical pieces of the course. This course may be taught in a face-to-face classroom situation. It could be in an online format. In fact, it actually could be in a hybrid where a couple of the classes are face-to-face and a couple of the classes are online. So the structure of the course won't change, though. The format is set. It's just really the format, the actual facilitation of the course may change from time to time depending on the needs of students and obviously on the needs of the resources of the college as far as the availability of adjunct professors. The class activities are going to be fairly straightforward. You should expect to spend about 16 to 20 hours a week on this course. The Moodle system will guide you through the course materials. There will be quizzes. The quizzes that you're given, although you'll be taking the quizzes online, they're going to be open book. They're going to require you to thoroughly delve into the textbook materials. Session assignments. Each session will have some exercises that require you to do a little research and to observe and note your own personal situation. Research assignments you might be directed to read some short articles or write some short synopses about their content, their relevance, etc. And of course, we may add some discussion forums just to get some personal opinion and some feedback within the students and give us maybe some topics to discuss in class. To get a little bit more detail about the assignments themselves, again, each chapter is going to have a quiz. They're open book, as I said. And when you take the quiz, when you complete it, you'll obviously get the grade of that quiz. And you're going to be able to retake the quiz. Everybody will have 2 opportunities to take the quiz. And the average score of the quiz is what's going to be recorded for the course grade. Session assignments, and again, I want to say this as strongly as I possibly can. The students will not provide any personal data to instructors or the rest of the class. The session assignments are geared for you to provide a reflective analysis of your findings, right? I want to know what you've learned about the topic, what you've learned possibly about your situation, and what are some tools that can be used to help people that have similar situations. So essentially I want you to write with these session assignments, you're going to write 2 to 3 paragraphs of a descriptive analysis. Describe the exercise. What's it asking you to do? What information is it trying to gather from you? 2, how did this exercise change your understanding of the topic or your personal situation? And then finally, how can this information ultimately be used to help other people? So each one of these exercises is going to ask you to do an exercise. Quite frankly, most of the time I ask you to do it with your significant other, if there is one, to kind of get the family's input into the situation. And then you can obviously apply the knowledge, the information that you gather from that exercise. There will be some research. Students will be asked to read some articles. These articles may highlight some current coursework or some current event topics. And of course, a short description of the content and its importance is written, submitted to the instructor. Quite frankly, you may also have some part of this may go to the discussion forums. So if there are discussion forums, you're going to be asked to follow these guidelines that you're going to be asked to respond to every question 3 times. 1 is your response. We need 150 to 250 word response to the issue at hand. And then you're going to respond to 2 other classmates' responses. Each question ultimately is worth 15 points. You get a maximum of 5 points for the initial response and 5 points for each response to classmates. Questions, again, are primarily graded on content and substance. However, spelling and grammar do influence the readability and completeness of thought. So, writing well and having good spelling makes the analysis of and the evaluation of your thoughts a little bit easier. Again, any questions, or this is going to the materials for the discussion could come from the text and or some research papers, maybe some videos that are presented in the Moodle system. So you're obviously going to be provided the data for the discourse. The grading schedule is approximately weighted. Each question or each assignment has some points, and approximately this is how it's weighted. 40% go to quizzes. The session assignments are 30%. Any research that's asked is 20%. And then, of course, the discussion forums fill out the other 10%, which obviously brings us to 100%. Again, this weighting is approximate based on the the discussion questions that are asked, the research assignments that are provided, etc. And finally, I mean, how do you contact the instructor? Several ways. Obviously, you can contact Thomas More Instructors through the Business Administration Department. The number there is 859-344-3621, and that is the phone number of the administrative assistant in the department. You can also contact instructors via the Thomas More email system or the Moodle information system. So there's a couple of ways we can do it through email. And quite frankly, if we need to get together for some virtual meetings, or we could do some chats, certainly we can arrange that information. Obviously, we have to do this ahead of time so that we can have everything set up for that meeting to take place. So, again, where are we going to move from here? Next thing I do is I suggest you read the information about flipping the classroom. The syllabus is available. It's a very simple, straightforward syllabus. It's not in a lot of detail. The detail is actually followed throughout the Moodle system as you scroll down the page to see what kind of information we're going to talk about. When you go to the Moodle page, again, to try to keep keep students from working too far ahead, getting ahead of the rest of the class, we typically will only show 1 or 2 sections at a time, and then that will grow as we move down the page. Again, if you have any questions, please contact the Business Department administrative person. She will then put you in contact with whoever the instructor is for this course.